I hear you saying a lot of time customer experience manager. What is that?
Customer experience manager is just a name for a role within a business that is a customer advocate. And if it's a large, you're a large Fortune 500 company, like a lot of the businesses in my background, you might have actual, a department and and individuals that have that title, but it's really about having someone that's within your business that's an advocate for the customer and someone that has the right skills and the right temperament to be that customer-facing interface that engages. So whether that's a person that is in your call center, whether that's you as an owner, unfortunately, actually there's a lot of owners out there that in small businesses that really don't have the right temperament or the skills to be dealing with customer issues and responding to emails. So your
Yeah, I can
customers,
imagine that.
yeah, it's really it's more common than you might think. But I really you need to have someone that is actually trained and has that right temperament. So having a role of a customer experience manager, I believe, is one of the things that every business should have, right?
So how do you go about, I mean, okay, so I'm thinking of myself. I'm a solopreneur. I am busy running my own business. I am a little bit of social media, and
Hmm.
sometimes, my business might be so personal to me that I cannot take bad reviews without emotions, and so can really benefit from a customer experience manager who can have that personality, the lovely personality to engage for me. How do I go about find someone like that can have the voice of my business?
Well, the first thing, in your case, Aoife, you're talking about being at least self-aware enough to know whether or not you really might have the right skills, and that's a good start, right? You might know that you need to improve those skills, but basically, you need to look internally. There's a couple strategies you can use. You can look internally and see, is there someone who has the right skill sets and the right temperament to perform that function, that role. It could be actually in a very, in a small company or mid-sized company, it might be a career path for someone. It might be a way to give them some additional responsibilities beyond just their normal task, and a way to give them some career advancement without actually, having to give them a raise, right? You give them a better title and some different responsibilities, but what you have to do is offload them, right,
Right.
from some of their existing work so they can go and perform that customer experience manager role. So whether it's you as a solopreneur, you might need to offload some of the tasks that you're doing today and you probably shouldn't be doing. And what I find a lot of local businesses and solopreneurs, maybe I don't know if you use a virtual assistant or not, Aoife, but a lot of people today are using the idea of a VA to offload some of the tasks. And what that can do, if you're not using a VA or two today, you find one of those, offload the tasks so you can become the customer experience manager. You have the time to read those survey responses. If you
So
are relying on,
go
go
ahead, sorry.
ahead.
No, I was asking, I was like, finding a VA and training them, that's completely new, new story.
Well, yeah, if you've used them and you understand how, then it may not be such a big leap, right, to, figure out how to use them as part of creating a customer experience manager role. But if you haven't, one of the things that I'm going to provide today is I do have, as part of the resource pack, there's actually one handout that talks about here's how you use a virtual assistant to be a customer experience manager, or here's the task that you could offload to them,
Oh, that's awesome.
and that would free up some of your time. Another one of the resources I'll provide today is a list of my top 10 or 12, I think it is, interview questions that you would use whether you're interviewing an internal person for a customer experience manager role or whether you're trying to find an external person. These are my favorite top 10 or 12 behavioral interviewing questions that I ask that assesses whether they have the right temperament and skills to be a customer experience manager.
That's awesome because I know that like one of the hardest things is to find who are the right people for your teams are. So if you can take
Yeah.
that question away from my desk and tell me, okay, this is the things that you need to look for when you're looking for them, and here are the people that I already vetted for you. That's the time saver and value in itself. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really, we talk about this customer experience manager. If you have the right individual with the right training and practice, that individual can go do a lot to help improve the customer loyalty of your existing clients. They'll help you with acquisition of new customers, but it's really about keeping those relationships strong with the people that you're already doing business with. I've seen studies that say, it costs 6 or 7 times, up to 10 times more to acquire a new customer than to retain an existing customer. So if you give somebody that role of being the customer experience manager that really takes the customer journey through your organization and looks at all those touch points where you engage with customers and looks what's being said about you on social media, that's a great growth strategy for building your business, maintaining that loyalty, getting that lifetime customer value out of that relationship. And I think a CEM role using a virtual assistant or an internal promotion type of thing is something every business needs to be looking at in 2014.